you're not as free as you think you are. And this one's interesting. I'm going to be so bold as to say that you are living in a form of slavery and lacking freedom, but the slave master is so subtle and so subconscious, it's kind of out of sight and we don't realize what's going on. How can I be so bold? How can I say this? And what does it actually mean to you? And the reality is, if we're going along, roll with me here on this one. If this is true, if what I'm saying is true, and you lack freedom, then what happens as you go through life? What happens if you unconsciously are a slave to something and you go through life that way? Man, you miss out on so many opportunities, so many things that you could have done, you could have achieved, what you could have become. And you roll through life unconsciously, unaware, like suffering, struggling, like repeating problems again and again and again, because you don't realize you're not free to make choices. But what happens if you switch it? What happens if you find out what's keeping you from being free, and then you deliberately and consciously choose freedom? Then what happens? Well, you open up all your possibilities, and you open up all your potentialities, and then you get to live life on your terms, which is the best life there is. To choose the kind of life you want to live and then create it, to design it, to facilitate it, to go out and live life to its fullest. But what is this slave? What's holding you down? It's the subconscious programming that's going on in our brains and the belief systems that are associated with it. Now, here we got to back up, because I remember as I was thinking about this today, I was like, oh man, I remember hearing this word, just subconscious mind, right? The subconscious mind, subconscious brain. And I remember like, what is that? What even is it? And because I didn't understand what it actually was, I kept thinking, like, I made these assumptions of like, oh, maybe those guys are talking about this like do like this weird stuff or something going on. And I didn't understand it, so I tried to visualize it, I tried to conceptualize it, but I just didn't know what the subconscious mind was. And so when people saying, well, that's your subconscious mind is doing that, I'm like, okay, but like, are they just kind of saying that? And it's like, maybe that's a theory, or like, what is it? Because I didn't understand. So let me explain what the subconscious mind is. So roll with me on this, please. So we get it. And we realize that every single one of us has a subconscious mind, meaning it's below our consciousness. So consciousness, like I'm aware of what's going on. Subconscious means there are things going on all the time in our heads that are subconscious, because the brain just cannot take in everything that's happening all the time. So as a baby, you get all this stimulus, right? Sights and sounds and smells and touch and noises, and everything is going around, and new things and new people and feelings and all of it, right? You're getting so much stimulus, and the conscious brain is limited. And so the brain, as you're developing, it picks up all these other things, and it's like, okay, I know that, I know that's familiar, that's been repeated, okay, that's been here before. It's it makes an evaluation of like, that's okay, that's not going to kill me. I can take that process, that thing, this person, and I can move it now to the subconscious level of the brain, and it can happen automatically, right? I'll just push that down there, and it can go. And that's literally like functions of the body, and then later on, habits of when you start walking, you start with your left leg or your right leg. I'm making that one up, right? Because I don't know for sure, but it's like it's how you do things. It's like going through, taking a shower and brushing your teeth and all these things you just do. You picked up habitually. You just do them, and now go, and like, well, what do you do? What? How do you go? How do you do your things? That like the little teeny day-to-day routines, they all become subconscious because the brain just can't handle all that, so it has to push in the subconscious. So every single one of us has a subconscious part of the mind that is maintaining so much of what we do on a daily basis, and it becomes literally subconscious, is below our consciousness. So it's not in our view, it's kind of happening, so to speak, like metaphorically, just out of sight here. I can't see my hands, and all this stuff's happening back here, and I'm not aware of it, and every once in a while I'm like, oh, Okay, yeah. But over here it's happening. So there are things, and then belief systems come in. So as we go through life, people will tell you things. You'll have experiences. And as children, we come to conclusions and make decisions and form habits that aren't always empowering. And some of them are enslaving. Like, you let this sink in, man. This is huge. And I know there's like a lot of psychology here and biology, but stick with me. We've gotten this programming when we were kids or youth, or from of a negative experience, or even a positive experience, and it got programmed in there, and that belief and that subconscious programming is now dictating behind the scenes, subconscious, below our consciousness, so we're not aware of it, and it's dictating our lives. And you are going through life doing a lot of things like that that's actually preventing total freedom. Because if we could describe total freedom in this context, we are deliberately and consciously choosing our daily actions. Whoa, let that sink in. In this sense of the word, total liberation and freedom means we are consciously, intentionally choosing our daily actions and reactions, our habits, our patterns, and we're doing that now with updated programming, so to speak, and belief systems that are empowering, so that I choose the things that work, and then I repeat them so often, I drill them into my subconscious, so now that's the new subconscious programming. And so I'm literally retraining my brain so that I'm doing habitually and automatically the things that empower me, that make me free, that lead to the life I want to live. But I want you to just to examine, and this is hard because it is subconscious. I want you to like pay really close attention. So the first key is absolute awareness, right? Just be really aware. Start paying attention to everything you do. Now, most of you have been doing things subconsciously for so long, you're not even aware you do it. And this is really, really cool what I get to do as a coach, right? Because I get to coach people every day. That's why I did the Be the Man Masterclass and Tribe, because I get to work with great men, which is part of my mission. I get to work with, and I coach women too. We coach couples, and we do this coaching. And so I get to observe, right? I get to watch, and I'm like, hey, what'd you do that? And they're like, do what? I'm like, you just did that. I'm like, oh, wow, right? And I have friends and clients who might have of a nervous behavior. They're just doing something or wiggling or moving, right? You're like, hey, you're doing that. Like, they're unaware of it. They do facial expressions or gestures, or they avoid certain things. I'm like, hey, what's going on with that? I'm like, oh, man, I wasn't even really aware I was doing that. I'm like, why are you doing that? We'll dig into it. Like, man, well, because somebody said something to me when I was a kid or a teen, or I had this experience, and wow. Like, it's this awakening moment. You're like, man, I've been doing that for years, and it was because of this thing. And like now that I say it out loud, like, that's kind of crazy. That's the old program. It's the old belief system that has been holding you back and keeping you confined and restricted instead of being able to be open and free and live life on your terms. So start tracking everything. Take notes. Just pay attention. I know you're busy. I know you got all kinds of things to do, but this will be a game changer in your life. Just start paying attention to everything you do. Just jot it all down. Like, I do that, do that, do that. Ask people to give you feedback. People are close to you. Say, hey, do you notice things I do all the time? I just want you to start watching me, observing, and little things I do that I might not be aware of. And it's going to bring up all kinds of stuff, all kinds of things. And it might be emotional reactions. It might be verbal reactions. It might be facial gestures and expressions. It's going to be all kinds of habits and things you're going, and then get it all on paper and then look at it and like, okay, what's happening and why, and is what is on this list that's enslaving you, that's restricting you, that's holding you back, that's keeping you from this total expression of freedom and deliberate living. And once you identify them, then write down a replacement. If this is what you've been doing subconsciously, what would you like to be doing? And you have to start doing it consciously. I'm standing in an ant pile. You have to start doing it consciously and with a lot of emotion and with a lot of repetition until that then like overwrites the old programming, and then that becomes the new subconscious behavior, and it becomes automated, so you just get up and you do it. And you just go through it and you create the new programming and the new belief and really cement the belief in deeply, like, no, this is a new belief. I'm updating and upgrading the old programming and the old belief systems, and now you're free. And now you're choosing, and now you have awareness and consciousness, and now you're not doing the things that are holding you back unconsciously. You're aware of what was happening, and now you're aware of and deliberately choosing what you're doing. This will totally transform your life. Reach upward.